4K OLED screens are great. They're just really, really expensive. But this might just be the best bang for your buck 4K high refresh rate QD LED panel on the market. Or is it? Screen competition out there is next level. So knowing which screen to buy as the consumer is very important. In today's video, we'll be discussing the MSI Mag 321 UPX, this guy right here. And we'll compare it to what's on the market and whether it's worth buying or not. Now, before I jump into the tests we did on the screen, the experience I had with the screen, I'd like to preface this video that this screen isn't for everybody. This is a high-end screen. This is a screen for enthusiasts, people who appreciate really high performance, good crispy image and quality, people who are willing to pay that extra price for that. And yes, this screen is very competitively priced. However, it's not a budget screen by any means. So let's jump into it. This is the Mag 321 UPX from MSI. It is a 32-inch 4K screen, which some of you might be really happy with, is that this isn't a curved monitor. This is a flat monitor. That's right. It's a flat screen that gives you 240 Hz 4K quantum dot OLED goodness. Now, yes, you are going to need a beast of a PC to get the most out of the screen. 240 frames per second at 4K is not an easy task. Some would even call it overkill. But for the competitive gamers who want to see every detail in crisp 4K HDR goodness, this might be a worthwhile screen to look at. Now let's talk about burn-in. We can't speak about OLED panels if we don't speak about burn-in. It is a real risk we run. Now, what we should know is this is a 3rd gen quantum dot OLED panel. So this tech has improved quite dramatically from where it started. Now you should know MSI is so confident in the new software they've developed to be able to dim the pixels where needed, shift the pixels, all of these things to ensure that the burn-in doesn't happen, that they are willing to put a 3-year warranty on these screens. And that includes burn-in. Now, yes, although the screen wants to compete with the best of the best, it still lacks some of the features that some of the other monitors have. For example, it doesn't have all of the software features you'd get in the more expensive versions. So, for example, the KVM features. You can't have 2 PCs run at the same time with one mouse and keyboard connected to the screen and switch between the 2 PCs by going HDMI 1, HDMI 2. That's just a feature that this screen doesn't have. Now, I am reviewing currently another monitor from MSI which does have this feature, and if you're interested in screens, maybe a ultra-wide curved screen, I'd recommend watching that video next. I'll leave the description down below, or you can just head over to the We Do Tech channel and check all of our other reviews out. Anyways, let's continue with this review. What the screen does have though, besides for all of the features that it's kind of missing, is amazing colors. It supports HDR 1000 and HDR 400 True Black, meaning you have full 10-bit color. Now, 10-bit is special, really, really special. Usually, most screens run on 8-bit, meaning they can reproduce about 16 million colors or so. This 10-bit, on the other hand, doesn't do like 300,000 colors. No. This is 1.07 billion colors. Yeah, with a B, my dude. That's pretty impressive. The blacks also really look really black because what this screen does and what MSI does really well with it is per pixel dimming. Basically switching off the pixel if needed. So you get the blackest of blacks that basically exist. I don't know, perhaps if they can incorporate black hole technology, that would be the only blacker thing that you could get, which is impossible, I know. Now you're probably wondering, all of those colors, how accurate are they? Well, its color accuracy is actually pretty out there, really, really good. Their website rates it as DCI-P3, 99%, Adobe RGB, 97.5%, and while I don't currently have the tools to verify this, MSI does. And each box comes with its own screen test. That's right, this is the actual test that came with my monitor, this one right here. And having a look at all of the stats they give through, this screen actually performed better in some of the aspects than what the website said it should. So that's pretty cool. And I think that's something valuable for editors as well, because I don't know if you've ever run into the problem when you're trying to edit a photo and you drag it over from one screen to the next and it just doesn't look the same, well, at least now you can say, hey, my screen was right and yours wasn't. Where this monitor really excels at is at speed. It's fast as family. See what I did there? 240 Hz with a 0.03 milliseconds response time and a VESA Clear MR 13,000 rating. Now, to give you a perspective on what that 13,000 rating means, ghosting and lagging of objects gets rated, and the less it has, the higher the number goes. So on this scale currently, we go up to a rating of 8,000. This blew the scales away with 13,000. That's as crisp as you can basically get movement to be, which makes me more excited than I should be. I'm going to take a 2-second break. I'll be back. Please hit the subscribe button. The screen itself right here looks pretty good. Design-wise, I'm obsessed with it, except for one thing. This. It's massive, dude. Like, it's really big. It's obnoxiously big. Just put it on a screen mount, a monitor mount. Don't mess around with that. It's going to take up most of your desk, to be quite honest. So that is something to take into consideration. The footplate is overly engineered. But with all of these big screens, they technically have to be. Otherwise, they'll just fall over. So I get it. Personal feelings aside, the stand does have height, swivel, and tilt adjustments. So it isn't objectively bad or terrible. It's just me. I don't like having a full desk, I guess. Now, some other things that are really important to speak about are the ports of the screen and the fact that it doesn't have a built-in speaker, which is a thing for me as well. I don't know, I like conveniency, but most of us will have nice headphones or monitors, especially if you're buying a screen like this. I know, I just like the convenience of plugging in my laptop and then the speakers will do its work. Now, when it comes to ports, it has 2 HDMI 2.1 ports and supports up to 4K at 240 Hz on these. It also has console mode, so for those of you who has consoles, you can use it. It's very nice. Some other ports, it also comes with a USB Type-C, so it gives 15 watts of power delivery, which really isn't that much, but you can also have display via USB Type-C, so from your laptop to your screen, which is quite cool. And it also has a DisplayPort 1.6, if that's something you're into. It also comes with variable refresh rate and automatic low latency modes, so that's really nice for console players. We PC Master Race people, we don't really struggle with those issues, but game where you want to game. It's just an old stupid 9gag joke. Do you guys remember 9gag? Do you remember 9gag? Were you a 9gagger when it was a website or when it became an app? App.
I was on 4chan before that.
4chan. Anyways, down below in the comments if you were a 9gag website version or app version. I really hope you enjoy these videos. So now the real question really is the screen. Is it worth buying? What are the main selling feature, the points that you should say, hey, let me buy this screen instead of that screen? It's called $300 to be quite exact. That's the difference between this model and its basic competitors. Excuse me. So if you are looking for a monitor that yields everything except for maybe some of the cool software features, then this might be the one for you. It's very good quality. Its color accuracy is impeccable. It's 240 Hz. It's a quantum dot OLED panel. It has a 178 degrees viewing angle. Have I mentioned the fact that you can literally, basically, stand here and still see what's on the screen? Now, obviously, if you're a dumbass and you stand 180 degrees, you won't see shit. And also, the bezels are incredibly thin. It's beautiful. It's thick at the back where all of the important things are, but it just gives that very premium, thin screen feel to it. I really like it. I think it's really, really nice. Except for, well, the software. I can't find anything else wrong with this damn screen. Holy moly, we almost lost the camera. Hashtag pray for We Do Tech. Yes, it's not a budget-friendly option. It's expensive, I know. And if I had to choose between this screen and a cheaper version for day-to-day work, I'd always choose the cheaper version because the price tag on this is up there. I'll leave some of the cheapest links I can find down below in the description. However, cheap isn't what you're gonna get with this screen. Affordable, worth the money, absolutely. Anyways, this was Stefan from We Do Tech. I really hope you enjoyed this review. I'll see you in the next one. Please remember to like and subscribe. That's the only way we can build this channel. I'm a guy from South Africa doing my best to make sure you don't waste your money. See you in the next one. Cheers, bye.